So gaming in 2011 was quite different. The 360 and PS3 were really at their peak, and that was the year Elder Scrolls V Skyrim came out. That came out on 11/11/11, November in 2011, and it was really a game that elevated open worlds at the time. We have never seen an open world RPG quite like Skyrim. And since then, we've seen a lot of games make fantastic open worlds, more or less built on the formula that Elder Scrolls V Skyrim kind of portrayed to players. Games like Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed Origins, even newer and different games like Elden Ring really take a lot of cues from Skyrim to let you go wherever you want, do whatever you want, and it just opens the world and the choice is yours. However, it's been, right now at the time of recording, it's been almost 11 years since Skyrim first came out. So, what's going on with Elder Scrolls 6? Why is it taking so long for this game to come out? And when should we expect the release of Elder Scrolls 6? So, you have to take a historical look at Skyrim to see really what's going on with Elder Scrolls 6. So, Skyrim came out in 2011, towards the end of 2011, and it was on the 360, PS3, and PC. It eventually got remastered in October of 2016 for the Xbox One and PS4. I actually think that both of these ports for PS4, Xbox One, and then that port also came to Steam as well, are fantastic versions of Skyrim. It's graphically better, it runs smoother. I just feel like Skyrim maybe wasn't necessarily held back by the older hardware of 360 and PS3, but it definitely takes advantage of the newer hardware. It's still locked at the 30 frames per second on those platforms. However, if you have a Xbox Series X that has a FPS boost option for Skyrim to run at 60 frames per second, I think that also applies to the Series S as well. The original version of Skyrim, the PS3 360 port, that was eventually released on the Nintendo Switch in November of 2017, and it got a 10-year anniversary edition on November 11th, 2021, that has a Series X and S and PS5 native port. They run at 60 FPS. It includes a lot of Creation Club assets and a new fishing mechanic. Remember, the Xbox One version can run at 60 frames per second, so if you already own it on Xbox One and you have a Series X, you can just play Skyrim at 60 frames. There's really no major graphical improvement on the PS5 Series X version compared to Skyrim Special Edition. So also, Bethesda Game Studios, their other popular IP that they work on is Fallout. And we had the release of Fallout 4 a few years after the release of Skyrim on the PS4 and the Xbox One. They worked on Fallout 4 for a while, and then Bethesda moved on to work on Fallout 76, which was an absolute disaster at the time of launch. I think at the time of recording this now, it seems to be that Fallout 76 has gathered a audience that really enjoys that game, and a lot of things have been added and fixed in the game since then. And I've never played it, so I can't make an opinion, but it seems like that game has more or less redeemed itself. We also got an announcement that Bethesda Game Studios was working on Starfield. This is their first new IP, they said, in like 25 years or something. And Starfield is going to be an RPG set in space that is coming out later this year, exclusively for the Xbox Series X and S and PC. So it's only on Xbox and PC, and this is due to the Microsoft acquisition of Bethesda. However, Bethesda did release the Skyrim Anniversary Edition on PS5, so some gamers are confused. What's going on? Which Bethesda games are coming to PS5 and which Bethesda games are staying on Xbox? And I think the way to kind of approach this is, if a Bethesda game or live service or online type of game Bethesda has is already on PS5, you should expect to continue to receive support and updates for those titles on PS5. So since Skyrim was already on PS5, that's probably why we got the Anniversary Edition on PS5. Same goes with Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76. All those sorts of games will continue to receive updates and support on PS5, but Starfield is a new game, and I think that's why we're not seeing it on PS5. And I do think the same will be true for Elder Scrolls 6. We're not going to see Elder Scrolls 6 on PS5. It's only going to be on Xbox and PC. The Elder Scrolls V was announced way back in E3 2018, and it really was just a teaser trailer just showcasing a logo. Bethesda said they're working on Elder Scrolls 6 now, but truth be told, they're probably not working on it at full capacity until after the release of Starfield in late 2022. Giving them the amount of time it takes for Bethesda to make games, they're not the fastest studio on the planet. I would guess that the release of Elder Scrolls 6 at the earliest will be 2024, probably more likely to be 2025 and beyond. And that would give it about 13, 14, or even 15 years since the release of Skyrim on to the next release. And that is an incredibly long time. We thought that waiting between Oblivion in 2006 to Skyrim in 2011 was quite a long time. That was 5 years. But no, that is going to be much longer than that between Skyrim and Elder Scrolls 6. I do wonder, now that Microsoft owns Bethesda, will we be seeing other spin-off titles in the Elder Scrolls universe? It's rumored that ZeniMax Online, that's the team that makes Elder Scrolls Online, that they're making a new project. Could that potentially be their own Elder Scrolls game? I honestly have no idea. Will there be other teams that Xbox owns that'll be interested in making Elder Scrolls games? Remember, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, which Microsoft bought out, and now Microsoft also owns Bethesda. So will we see Obsidian potentially take a swing at making an Elder Scrolls game, or will they just make like a Fallout New Vegas 2, which I think is what everyone wants them to make, but we will see. I do think remastering the older games is something gamers really want, especially Morrowind and Oblivion. That would be so cool to see. But we haven't seen a whole lot of remasters of the Elder Scrolls games, really with the exception of Skyrim. So I think we might just be stuck with what we have for a while, but it's going to be a little bit of a wait for Elder Scrolls 6. But I think it will be worth it, seeing all the new technology and the evolution of games since the release of Skyrim to Elder Scrolls 6 will be really, really cool. I'd love to know your thoughts. When do you think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to release? Are you going to pick up Starfield and maybe see if you can get a little bit of knowledge of what we might envision Elder Scrolls 6 to be? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. If this is your first time on the channel, Andy's Arcade is all about talking about games and how awesome they are, including the retro ones. So if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing to the channel. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you, James.